Hello, good evening everyone. So for today's video guys, we are going to discuss professional education. So new curriculum, session 1 tayo, umpisa ng mga pa-pre-drills natin, no? So pre-drills po ito for professional education. Tomorrow, we will proceed to general education and followed by TNE and TVTN. So for Okay, so nag-e-echo po ba mga ka-warriors? Today's video guys, we are going to discuss. Nag-e-echo nga. Ayan. So, kumusta po? Kumusta TLE warriors? Ayan. Shout out sa mga viewers. If you know the answer, teachers, kindly comment down in our comment section, no? So, mga 20 question lang po ito kasi ano tayo ha? Pre-lecture lang po ito and then mamaya po kasi meron din po akong discussion for BTL Ed ICT sa Zoom. So, ngayon nagkaroon tayo ng oras to discuss some question in professional education. So, nasa session 1 tayo for the free let review and drills for professional education. So, pa-share po ng ating live discussion. Alright, so you know naman kung ano yung GRACE method, learning strategies and technique. So, GRACE, G is for goal-oriented study planning. R is review and recall or monitoring. A is analyze, apply. So we will use critical thinking skills. C, consistency and discipline. And letter E, evaluate and correct. So dito po meron tayong reflection. Ayan, pa-share po ng ating live discussion. Patapik-tapik po ng mga kaibigan, kamag-anak, kaklase na magte-take ngayong September 2026 board examination. So, kumustang lahat? So, let's start with question number 1. If a teacher has set objective in all domains or learning target and which could be assessed during a single performance task, what criterion in selecting a task should she consider? If a teacher has set objective in all domains or learning targets and which could be assessed using a single performance task, what criterion in selecting a task should she consider? Okay, ano ba yung i-consider natin? All right. Tingnan natin yung ano natin, no? I-highlight natin. Okay. A, generalizability. B, fairness. C, multiple paucity. Or letter D, teachability. So, what is the correct answer, teachers? Okay, so ano nga po yung strategies and techniques na ini-implement natin for board examination? Unang tanggalin natin si delta, teachability. Pag sinabi po natin teacher na teachability, it is referring to how easy or practical. So, it is so, kumbaga yung content niya is sa skill. To teach the content or the skill. So, yun yung teachability. Kaya ligwak po siya. Ano nga pang tinatanong? Assist using performance task and what criterion in selecting a task should she consider? Ano ba yung mga i-consider natin, no? So, letter A, generalizability is wrong answer, no? Pag sinabi nating letter A, it is referring to whether the result of the assessment teachers can be applied to the similar situation or task. Kaya mali po si letter A. So now, the answer here is letter C, multiple paucity. Okay? Fairness is incorrect. Kasi pag sinabing fairness, this means it is the task is unbiased and accessible to all students regardless of what? Background. Kaya ang sagot is letter C. Okay, ano ba si multiple paucity? Okay, this is the criterion means a single task can measure yung mga multiple learning targets and objective or domain. So they will papasok po dito yung cognitive, affective, and psychomotor at the same time. Kaya tamang sagot po is letter C. Maliwanag po ba, teachers? Clear po ba? Next, which term refers to the collection of student? Okay, ang tinatanong, which terms to the collection of the student products and accomplishment in given period for evaluation purpose? A. Diary. B. Portfolio. C. Anecdotal. D. Observation. So, ano po ang tamang sagot dito based on the point of the question? Is it A kaya, B, C, or D? So, if you know the answer, kindly comment down in our comment section. So, ano po ang tamang sagot dito? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, so taasan natin tong upuan ko. Medyo mababa. Okay. Patay ng unan. Alright, so ayan teachers. Ano po ba ang sagot? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, so diary ba? Portfolio ba? Anecdotal record ba? Hello kay Ma'am Ling Pabustan. Thank you so much. Shout out kay Ma'am Norma Angka Amino. Aiko Rapada Melendez. Okay. So, ang sagot here, kay Clarine Daniela. Alright, the answer is portfolio. So now, bakit mali po si diary? Di ba pag sinabi nating diary, it is a personal record, no? Ano nga po si diary? It is a personal record of thoughts and experience. So it is not a primarily a formal evaluation. Kaya mali po si diary. Pag sinabi natin teacher na observation report, it is a written or summary based on watching the student perform. It is not the compilation of their work. Kaya mali po. Anecdotal record naman, it is a short narrative note na i-describe po dito yung mga observed behavior. So it is not a collection of an output. So portfolio is the correct answer. Okay, pag sinabi nating portfolio mga ka-warriors, it is a systematic collection, di ba? Systematic collection of the student work and also the achievement compiled over a time to what? To show the growth and also the development and the mastery of learning. Kaya tamang sagot po is si letter B. Next, Mrs. Catalan allowed the student to develop their own portfolio in their own style, as long as they show all the non-negotiable evidence of learning. What principle and portfolio assessment explain this practice? A. Content principle. B. Learning principle. C. Equity principle. Or letter D. Product principle. So based on the point of the choices, teachers, what is the correct answer? Okay, si Miss Catalan daw allowed the student to develop their own portfolio in their own style as long as they show all the negotiable evidence of learning. What principle and portfolio assessment explain this practice? So ito po ba ay content principle, B, learning principle, C, equity principle, or letter D, product principle? So if you know the answer, teachers, kindly comment down in our comment section. So unang tatanggalin, since ang ini-implement ni Ma'am Grace dito sa ating pagre-review is the elimination method. Yun yung technique and strategies, no? Tanggalin natin si letter A. Ano ba si content principle? Di ba pag sinabing content principle, it is referring on what? On what, teachers? It is referring on the evidence or learning outcomes. So it should be included po, teacher, in the portfolio, si content principle. Kaya mali po si letter A. Letter D naman, products principle. Pag sinabi natin, teacher, product principle, it is focusing on the final output or the result rather than the process of creating it. Kaya mali po si letter D. So we have two choices, either B or letter C. What is the correct answer, teacher? Is it B or C? Ang sagot po dito, teachers, is letter C. Ang tawag po dyan is the equity principle. Hindi po pwedeng sabihin na learning principle po ayan. Kasi pag sinabi nating learning principle, nakapokus lang po siya on using the portfolio to help the student learn and reflect. So it is not the style or format. Kaya mali po si learning principle. Bakit tamang sagot si equity principle? Pag sinabi natin, teacher, na equity principle, it is the principle that recognize the students that have different ways of expressing what? Expressing themselves, so they will allow flexibility in format and style while ensuring all the requirements or evidence is what? Saan? Nakapresent po, giving to the every student a fair chance to demonstrate learning. Kaya tamang sagot is the equity principle. Maliwanag po? Next one. How should the following step in portfolio assessment be arranged logically? How should the following step in portfolio assessment be arranged logically? A. One, set target. 2, select evidence. 3, collect evidences. 4, rate collection. Or 5 is reflect on evidence. So, ano po dito? Is it A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? B, 1, 3, 2, 5, 4? 3? C. Sorry, guys. C, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 5? Or letter D, 1, 2, 5, 2, 4. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Ano po ang tamang sagot? If you know the answer, kindly comment down in the comment section, teachers. Okay, ano pang pagkasunod-sunod? Kasi ang tinatanong, how should the following step and portfolio assessment be arranged logically? So, paano po ba ang pagkasunod-sunod nito? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, letter, anong sagot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The answer here is letter B. Okay, yung proper arrangement po is 1, followed by 3. Ito yung number 2. Followed by number 3. Followed by 4. And 5 ito. Okay? So, the answer is letter B. Okay, bakit si letter B? Unahin muna natin si 1. Set target. Anong ibig sabihin ng set target? Diba, pag sinabing set target, it is defining what learning goal or the competencies are to be shown. Tama po ba? So, next is collect evidence. O, magko-collecta na tayo ng evidence. We need to gather all possible works and output first. And then, pangatlo po is select evidences. Magsiselect na tayo ng evidences. We choose only the best or more relevant sa work that meet the target. Yun po yung pangatlo. At pang-apat, magre-reflect na po tayo on the evidences. Okay. Pag nag-reflect, ibig sabihin, yung student and teacher po will analyze what was learned and what needs of improvement. And last is rate collection. So, pag nag-rate ng collection, we assign a score or grade based on the selected and reflected work. So, kaya tamang sagot is B. So, ang pagkasusunod-sunod, set target, collect evidence, followed by select evidences, reflect evidences, and last is the rate collection. Kaya tamang sagot is beta. Next, which could be seen in rubrics? Which could be seen in rubrics? A, 1, objective in a high level of cognitive behavior. 2, multiple criteria in assessing learning. 3, quantitative description of the quality of work. 4, qualitative description of the quality of work. So is it A, 1 and 2 only? Is it B, 2, 3, and 4 only? C, 1, 2, and 3, or letter D, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what is the correct answer? Ano ba ang nakikita natin sa rubrics? Okay. Kindly comment down in the comment section yung tamang sagot, mga ka-warriors. Pa-share po ng ating live discussion para po mas marami tayong matulungan na magte-take ngayon ng board examination. Maliwanag po, teachers? Alright, so what is the correct answer here? Teachers, ang nakikita lang po natin sa rubrics is si 2, 3, and 4. Maliwanag po, wala po yan si 1. Objective in a high level of cognitive behavior, wala po yan. So, dapat meron lang tayong multiple criteria in assessing learning, quantitative and qualitative. So, teachers, bakit mali si 1? The learning objective po, pag sinabing learning objective, it is the goal. So, ibig sabihin, hindi po siya part of the rubric itself. Kaya mali po si letter B. Part yan ng goal, pero hindi po yan part ng rubric. Okay? So, ibig sabihin ng multiple criteria, teacher, so nagkakaroon ng list of specific criteria or dimension being we assist. Kaya tama po si 2. 3 naman, pag sinabing quantitative, they will include yung mga numerical ratings, points, or skills. So, that's why it is quantitative. Okay? So, pag sinabi naman natin, teachers, na qualitative, okay, qualitative description of the quality of work. So, it is also include because the description of what quality or looks like each level. So, that's the qualitative. O one of the example, pag nagpa-laboratory tayo, nag-practicum tayo, nagpaluto tayo. So, pasok po yan si multiple criteria, quantitative and qualitative. Okay, so the answer is letter B. Next, the pupil are to be judged individually on their mastery of the singing of the national anthem. So their teacher let them sing individual. What should the teacher use in rating the performance of the pupil, considering the facts that the teacher has only one period to spend in evaluating her 20 pupils? A. Analytic. B. Holistic. C. Either holistic or analytic. Or letter D, both holistic and analytic. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Ano pong tamang sagot? Ayan. Pag alam ang sagot, paki-comment po sa ating comment section. Okay? I will be count 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is the correct answer, teachers? All right. So ito pong si C and D, automatic ligwak po ito. It is incorrect because analytic is not visible given the time constraint. Okay? So, ang sagot po dito, teacher, is holistic. Ang analytic po, it is wrong. Okay? Bakit? Pag sinabi po kasi natin, teacher, na analytic, they will require scoring each separate component. For example, yung mga pitch, yung rhythm, yung tono niya. So, nakapaloob po yan sa analytic. Okay. So, pag sinabi nating holistic, it gives one overall score or judgment na nakabase po on the general quality of the performance. So, it is faster on the practical when time is limited. Kaya holistic po ang tamang sagot. Maliwanag po? So, mali po si Alpha. Next one. Mrs. Pau is judging the work of the project of the student in her science class based on a set of criteria. What process describe what she doing? A. Testing. B. Measuring. C. Evaluating. Or letter D. Assessing. Again, I will repeat the question. Miss Pau is judging the work of the project of the student in her science class based on a set of criteria. What process describe what she doing? A. Testing. B. Measuring. C. Evaluating. Or letter D. Is it assessing? Okay, I will count 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, ano po ang tamang sagot, mga ka-warriors? Ayan, elimination method tayo, no? So, unang tanggalin natin is assessing. Ang assessing po, teachers, it is incorrect because the assessment is the broader process of gathering and interpreting information. Okay po, kaya mali po si assessing. So, next na tatanggalin natin is si testing. Ang testing po, teacher, it is only a one method na ginagamit natin to gather a data. So, it is not the process of judging the value. So, saan po siya pasok? Measuring or evaluating? Okay, sino mga sumagot ng letter C? Very good. The answer is evaluating. Measuring, is it wrong? Pag sinabi natin teacher measuring, this is the assigning numbers or values that we attribute, no? But it is not the interpreting of the process based on the point of the question. Kaya mali po sa letter P. Now, bakit evaluating is the correct answer? Pag sinabi natin teacher na evaluating, ito po ay isang proseso ng pagja-judge on the quality, value, or worth of a work of performance. Maliwanag po. So, against po yan sa standard or criteria. Kaya tamang sagot po si letter C. Maliwanag po? So, next. Mrs. Asiboche is comparing measurement from evaluation. Again, Mrs. Asiboche is comparing measurement from evaluation. Which statement explain the difference? Mrs. Asiboche is comparing measurement from evaluation. Which statement explain the difference? A. Measurement is assigning a numerical value to a given trait, while evaluation is giving meaning to the numerical value of the trait. B. Measurement is the process of gathering, while evaluation is the process of quantifying the data gathered. C. Measurement is the process of quantifying data, while evaluation is the process of organizing data. D. Measurement is prerequisite of assessment, while evaluation is the prerequisite of testing. So, ano po ang tamang sagot? Is it A, B, C, or D? Ano po ang tamang sagot dyan? Based sa sinasabi ni Mrs. Asiboche. So, ano po ang tamang sagot? Mga ka-warriors, ano po ang tamang sagot? All right. So, letter D is incorrect. Bakit? Based on the statement po, it is a testing. 'Di ba? Sabi dito, measurement is a prerequisite while evaluation is prerequisite of testing. Pag sinabi po natin teacher na testing, it is a type of measurement, not the other way around. Kaya mali po sa letter D. Next na tatanggalin natin si B. Measurement is the process of gathering, while evaluation is the process of quantifying the data gathered. Mali po yan. Bakit mali si letter B? Naka-reverse po ang definition based on the point of the question. Ligwak po si letter B. So, we have A and C na lang. So, anong sagot? The answer is letter A. Letter C is wrong. Kasi, sabi naman ni letter C, measurement is the process of quantifying data while evaluation is the process of organizing data. Diba, evaluation does not only organize the data. Diba? Tandaan nyo, evaluation does not only organize the data because we interpret it and we judge it. Kaya tamang sagot sa letter A. Maliwanag? Kasi sabi ni letter A, measurement is assigning a numerical value to given trait. Evaluation is giving meaning to the numerical value of trait. So, that's the correct answer. One of the example po dito sa measurement. Pag nagtanong tayo, teacher, sa how much or how many? How much, how many? So, for example, yung score niya is 85. So, it is the evaluation. So, how good is it? So, titingnan naman natin kung yung 85 ba is very satisfactorily or satisfactory. Satisfactory lang ang pinaka doon based on the range na 85. Okay? So, that's the answer. Letter A. Next. Miss Rika Port uses alternative methods of assessment. Miss Ricaport uses alternative method of assessment. Which of the following will she not likely use? O alin daw ang hindi niya gusto dito? A. Multiple choice test. B. Reflective journal writing. C. Oral presentation. Or letter D is at developing portfolio. So what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Ano po ang tamang sagot dito? Oh, ano ba yung ayaw niya? Okay, so anong sagot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Miss Ricaport uses a alternative method. So, yan, teacher. Sinong mga sumagot ng letter A? You got the correct answer. The answer is letter A, multiple choice test. Kung mapapansin nyo po sa reflective journal, si oral presentation, developing portfolios, lahat po yan alternative assessment. Ano nga po ito? Alternative assessment. O, alternative assessment yan. So, ibig sabihin, itong tatlong to, pasok po yan dito. O, alin ang hindi ginamit ni Miss Ricaport? Si multiple choice. Because itong mga alternative assessment, it is used to measure yung pinaka higher order thinking skills or tinatawag nating HATS. Okay. So now, bakit multiple choice? Okay. Ang multiple choice po, teacher, this is the traditional, 'di ba? Paper and pencil assessment. It is used mostly for knowledge recall. Okay? So the answer is letter A. Okay po? A is the correct answer. Next. Miss Kamba aims to measure a product of learning. Miss Kamba aims to measure a product of learning. Which of this objective will she most likely set for her instruction? Miss Kamba aims to measure a product of learning. Which of this objective will she most likely set for her instruction? A. Show positive attitude toward learning common nouns. B. Identify common nouns in a reading selection. C. Construct a paragraph using common noun. D. Use a common noun in a sentence. Okay, so ano po ang tamang sagot dito? So gusto ni Miss Kamba ma-measure yung product. So ano ang i-construct niyang objective? Is it A, B, C, or D? Based on the point of the question, teachers, ano po ang tamang sagot? I'll give you a few minutes to answer, mga ka-warriors. Alright, so ano ba ang sagot? May sagot na po ba ang mga future LPTs natin? Okay, so anong sagot? The answer is letter C. Kasi nga, ang gusto ni Miss Kamba is to measure the product. Ang letter A po, teacher, mali po yan, di ba? Show positive attitude. Okay, pag pinapakita po yung positive attitude, magpo-flow po to saan? Affective learning. Okay, nasa affective learning po yan, mga ka-warriors, ha? Affective learning or attitude. So, it is not a tangible product. Okay, kaya po mali po si letter A. Letter B naman, teacher, ligwak. Identify common nouns and reading na. Identify the common nouns and reading selection. It is wrong, mga ka-warriors, ha? Bakit mali si letter B? Because ang minimeasure po ni letter B is yung knowledge, hindi po yung product. Okay, knowledge ang piniprocess ni letter B. Okay, knowledge po yan or the process. Okay, knowledge process. So, it is not a finished product. Okay, kung sa letter A is affective learning, so sa letter B naman is knowledge learning. Okay, so sa letter D, user a common noun, it is wrong. Okay po, because this is a simple skills or process. So, hindi po kompleto as a product. So, the answer is letter C. Construct a paragraph using a common noun. Anong ibig sabihin ni letter C? Itong result na to, pag nagpa-construct ka ng paragraph sa mga bata, it is a tangible result. Bakit? Meron siyang output, meron siyang product that can be evaluated. Kaya tamang sagot is si letter C. Maliwanag po? Next, the students of Mrs. Balino are very noisy. To keep them busy, they were given any test available in the classroom, and then the results were graded as a way to punish them. Which statement best explain if the practice is acceptable or not? Again, the students of Mrs. Balino are very noisy. To keep them busy, they were given any test available in the classroom, and then the results were graded as way to punish them. Which statement best explain if the practice is acceptable or not? A. The practice is acceptable because the student behaved well when they were given a test. B. The practice is not acceptable because it violates the principle of reliability. C. The practice is not acceptable because it violates the principles of validity. D. The practice is acceptable since the test result are graded. So, ano po ang tamang sagot dito? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, ano pong sagot? Okay, shout out kay Ma'am Maranya Shell. Okay, so ano po ang tamang sagot? One, two, three, four, five. The answer here is letter C. The practice is not acceptable because it violates the principle of validity. Okay, ang sagot po is Charlie. Maliwanag po. Now, bakit mali si letter A? Sa letter A, kung titingnan nyo teachers, si letter A tsaka si letter D, parehas. Same thought. Okay, si A and D, ang pinaka-purpose, the purpose of assessment is to measure learning. 'Di ba? Ang purpose ng assessment is to measure learning, not to control a behavior or punish. Kaya mali po si A and D. Now, bakit mali din si letter B? Ang reliability na sinasabi, teacher, it is referring to the consistency of result. Kaya nga, reliability. 'Di ba? Nagre-refer po yan sa consistency of result. Pasulat, consistency of result. So, which is, it is not the main issue. 'Di ba? Hindi po yun pinaka-main issue. 'Di ba, teachers? Kaya mali po si letter B. C is the correct answer. Ayan, palakpakan natin yung mga nakakuha ng tamang sagot. Ang validity na sinasabi, teacher, validity. Validity, anong meaning ng validity? The test measure what is supposed to measure. Ano nga po ulit ang validity? The test measures what is supposed to measure. So it is giving a random test does not measure a current learning. Kaya po, invalid po yan. Maliwanag po. Kaya the answer is letter C. Okay? Next. Miss De Los Angeles advocates assessment for learning. Ang tanong, which will she not likely do? Miss De Los Angeles advocates assessment for learning. For learning. Which will she not likely do? A. Formative. B. Diagnostic. C. Placement assessment. Or D. Summative assessment. So ano po ang tamang sagot dito? Ito ba ay formative, diagnostic, placement, or summative? Anong sagot? 4 ha? 4. Okay, 4. Hala, 26 na. Magdi-discuss pa pala ako. I'll write yung mga nanonood sa ano natin. Okay, 10 minutes magbe-break ako, magpapahinga ako maya-maya. Okay? So, teachers, ang sagot po dito is summative assessment. Tandaan nyo, ang formative assessment, it is incorrect because formative during distraction. Okay, tandaan, formative, it is during instruction to guide the teaching and learning to fill the gaps of the student. Diagnostic, kung si formative is during, si diagnostic before naman ito. Before instruction, to identify the gaps and plan distraction para malaman ng teachers kung ano yung strength and weaknesses ng bata. Ang placement assessment, ito po is during a group of the student. Okay? Ano nga po si placement assessment? Ginagawa po yan during or before to group the student appropriately. Okay? Summative is wrong. Kasi si summative, it is of. Okay? Assessment of learning po yan. It is done after the instruction to give what? To give grades. Tandaan, marka-marka. Okay po? So, hindi po ito for improve or ongoing learning. Kaya mali po si letter A, B, C, and D. Correct answer is letter D. Next. At the beginning of the school year, the 6 years old pupils were tested to find out who among them can already read. The result was used to determine their sections. What kind of test was given to them? At the beginning of the school year, the 6-year-old pupils are tested to find out who among them can already read. The result was used to determine their sections. What kind of test was given to them? A. Diagnostic. B. Formative. C. Placement. Or letter D. Summative. So what is the correct answer, teacher? Oh, section. Their section. Okay, so ano po ang sagot? Is it A, B, C, or D? Alright, ang sagot is letter C, placement. Grupo po yan na, grupo. Diagnostic, used to find the specific learning or difficulties. Okay, di ba? Pag diagnostic, ginagamit natin ito para malaman natin yung mga specific learning difficulties of the student. So, it is not talk about for the grouping or sectioning. Kaya mali po si letter A. Ang formative, ginagamit natin using for what? During the lesson. Okay? Summative, it is used at the end of instruction. So, pag grouping, sectioning, is it? Placement. Because placement, they will administered at the start to determine the entry level assigned to the student for the appropriate groups or section. So, placement is the correct answer. Maliwanag po. Next one. The grade 6 pupils were given a diagnostic test in addition and subtraction of whole numbers to find out if they can proceed to the next unit. However, the result of the tests were very low. What should the teacher do? A. Proceed to the next lesson to be able to finish all the topics in course. B. Construct another test parallel to the given test to determine the consistency of the score. C. Count the frequency of error to find out the lesson that the majority of students need to relearn. Or D. Record the score, then inform the parents about the very poor performance of their child in mathematics. So what is the correct answer? Is that A, B, C, or D? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so anong tamang sagot? The answer is Charlie. Count the frequency of error to find out the lesson that majority of students need to relearn. So, yun yung kailangan. Okay po. Ang letter A kasi it is incorrect, teachers, because they will ignore the student lack of readiness and leads to failure. Based on the statement niya ha. Sa letter B naman, based on the statement, di ba? Sa statement ng letter B, testing the reliability is not the priority for the finding what student don't know. Di ba? Kasi ang sabi niya, construct another test parallel. So, ang sinasabi ni letter B, consistency of the test score. So, papasok sa saan? Reliability, consistency. So, ang consistency, it is not the main focus based on the statement of the question. Based sa question. Kaya mali po si letter B. Letter D, di po pwedeng i-record na natin yung score tapos agad-agad natin i-inform yung parent about sa mababang score ng bata. Di ba po? So, gawan na muna natin ng may ginawa ba tayong paraan? Ano ba yung mga naging issue? Bakit mababa yung score ng bata? Di ba? So, letter D, it is wrong. Why? Because we simply informing the parent does not solve the learning gap. Kahit mag-inform ka po sa magulang, hindi pa rin masosolusyonan yung learning gap of the student. Diba? So, diba as a teacher, bago tayo magpo-proceed to the another lesson, we notify kung naintindihan ba or majority of the class is naintindihan yung topic. Dahil kung hindi, aalamin natin yung mga topic na hindi masyado na tutukan or natutunan ng bata. So, kaya magre-relearn tayo. So, letter C is the correct answer. The purpose of diagnostic testing is to identify the specific weakness of the student so that the teacher can reteach or intervene the lesson. Maliwanag? The answer is C. Next. Miss Nogaras is doing an assessment of learning. At what stage of instruction should she do it? Okay. A, before instruction. B, after instruction. C, prior to instruction. Or letter D, is it during the instruction? So, ano po ang tamang sagot? The answer is after the instruction. Okay? So, si A at si C, before instruction and prior to instruction, it is incorrect. Kasi ginagamit po natin itong dalawang to sa placement or diagnosis. Okay, during the instruction, it is incorrect. This is the assessment for learning or formative. So, the answer is after. Okay, bakit after? Assessment of learning po is a summative. Okay, assessment of learning, it is a summative. So, ibig sabihin, it is done to summarize or to know the achievement of the student. O, mag-grade na tayo. Anong example ng mga summative periodical test? O, diba? So, next question. Mr. Cartila developed an achievement test. Okay. Mr. Cartila developed an achievement test in math for her grade 3 pupils. Before she finalized the test, she examined carefully if the test items were constructed based on the competencies that have to be tested. What test of validity was she trying to establish? A, content validity. B, concurrent validity. C, predictive validity. Or letter D, construct validity. So, anong sagot, teachers? The answer is letter A, content validity. Current validity po, teachers, it is wrong kasi kino-compare natin yung result with another test given at the same time. Hindi po pwede si letter B. Predictive validity naman, teachers, it is talks about to check yung result that can predict for the future performance. Kaya nga predictive validity. Okay, pag sinabi naman natin, teacher, construct validity, they will measure if the test assess based on the theoretical trait or concept. That's the construct validity. Now, bakit tama si letter A? Ang content validity, we ensure that the test cover the specific topic, competencies, and also the objective na ginamit natin. So, yun yung content validity. Next, Mrs. Robles wants to establish the reliability of her achievement test in English. Which of the following activities will help achieve her purpose? A. Administer 2 parallel tests to the different group of students. B. Administer 2 equivalent tests to the same group of the student. C. Administer a single test but 2 different groups of the student. D. Administer 2 different tests but the same group of the student. So, teachers, what is the correct answer here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Ano pa ang tamang sagot? Sige nga, ano ang tamang sagot? Okay, anong tamang sagot, mga ka-warriors? Tingnan natin. Alright, so ano ba si Mr. Robles? Okay, ang tamang sagot dito si letter B. Letter A is wrong. Tsaka si letter C. Tingnan nyo naman, 2 parallel test, single test. Okay. So, si A and C using different groups does not check the consistency of the test itself. Di ba po? So, mali po si letter A and C. Letter D, administer 2 different tests, no? They will measure the different things, not the consistency. Okay? Kaya mali po si letter D. B is the correct answer. Okay? Sabi ni letter B, administer 2 equivalent tests to the same group of student. Anong ibig sabihin yan? They will involve what? The equivalent of the form of reliability because they will giving 2 similar parallel tests to the same student. If the score are similar, that test is reliable. Kaya sagot B. Maliwanag po? Next. A teacher set the following objective for the day lesson. At the end of the period, the student should be able to A. Identify the parts of friendly letter. B. Construct a friendly letter using the MS Word. And C. Show interest the day lesson to assess the attainment of objective. Yan. Miss Sidro required the student to construct friendly letter and have it encoded on their computer laboratory using the MS Word. The letter should inform one friend about what one has learned in the day lesson and how one felt about it. Okay, ang tanong. Which is not true about the given case? Alin daw ang hindi totoo? A. Miss Sidro practice a balanced assessment. B. Miss Sidro assessment method is performance-based. C. Miss Sidro needs a rubric in scoring the work of the student. D. Miss Sidro assessment target are all in the cognitive domain. So, anong sagot? Which is not true about the given case? Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The answer is letter D. Sabi ni letter D, Miss Sidro assessment target are all in the cognitive level? No. Si letter A, it is correct. No? Ang hinahanap natin, not. Okay, target po si letter A ni Miss Sidro practices a balanced assessment. So, pag sinabing practices a balanced assessment, kino-cover po ni letter A yung cognitive, psychomotor, and affective domain. So, kasama po yan sa target. Ganon din po si letter B. Diba, nagkaroon siya ng assessment method. So, ibig sabihin, the student are creating a product which is, nasaan siya? Performance-based. Isa po yun sa target. Ang hinahanap na true, diba? So letter C, rubrics are required for the scoring output and the performance. Okay, letter D is wrong. Bakit mali si letter D? Because the objective includes constructing. So, hindi lang po siya cognitive domain. They will show the psychomotor and affective domain. Kaya tamang sagot is letter D. Next, if Mr. Paraiso will have to make a scoring rubric for the student output, what format is better to construct considering that the teacher has limited time to evaluate their work? If Mr. Paraiso will have to make a scoring rubric for the student's output, what format is better to construct considering that the teacher has limited time to evaluate their work? A. Analytic rubric. B. Holistic rubric. C. Either A or B. Or letter D. Neither A nor or B. So what is the correct answer here? Ano po ang tamang sagot? Teachers, ano po ang tamang sagot? Anong inaano ni Mr. Paraiso? So the answer here is holistic. Tama? Holistic is the correct answer. Letter B. So letter A ay letter C and letter D is it wrong? Maliwanag po? So ngayon, bakit mali si letter A? Pag sinabing analytic rubric po, it is require scoring each criterion separately. Okay? Ibig sabihin, napakaano po nito ng oras pag analytic rubric. Okay? Holistic rubric is the correct answer. Because holistic, they will provide overall score based on the general expression, making it faster and more efficient for a large classes or limited time. Okay? So next, the school principal has 3 teacher applicants, all of whom graduated from the same institution and are licensed teacher. She only needs to hire one. What should she do to choose the best teacher from the 3? A. 1. Give a placement test. 2. Interview them on why they want to apply in the school. 3. Let them demonstrate how to teach a particular lesson. 4. Study their portfolio to examine the qualities of the student output when they were in college. A. 1 and 2. B. 2 and 3. C. 1, 3, and 4. Or letter D. 2, 3, and 4. So what is the correct answer, teacher? So ang tamang sagot po dito, teacher, wag na nating pahabain pa, letter D. So, dapat po 2, 3, and 4 lang. Wala po si 1. Okay? Ang placement test, hindi na po yan needed. Bakit? Wala nang test. License na eh. Diba? They are already licensed professional. Kaya hindi na po pwede ang placement test. Ang kailangan na lang po dito, i-interview natin. Mag-demonstrate, mag-demo, and then i-examine natin yung output. Okay? So, ibig sabihin po nito, interview, it is very important to check the motivation and communication skills. Number 3 naman, they will show actual ability. Number 4 naman, show a past work evidence and competencies. Okay? So, that's the correct answer. Next, what should be done first when planning for a performance-based assessment? Okay, so this is the last question, teachers. Okay? What should be done first when planning for a performance-based assessment? A. Determine the table of specification of the task. B. Set the competency to be assessed. C. Set the criteria and scoring task. Or letter D. Prepare a scoring rubrics. So teachers, ang sagot dito, wag na nating patatagalin pa kasi magpapahinga si Ma'am Grace ng ilang minuto. Kasi maya-maya ay may discussion ako for BTL Ed ICT sa aking mga estudyante. Okay, it is exclusive only sa mga nag-avail po sa akin. Okay? So, ang enrollment po for TLE, TVT Ed, including na po ang Prof Ed and Gen Ed, is still available pa rin po. Sa mga gusto pong mag-enroll, PM na lang po kayo sa akin. Okay, so the answer is letter, anong sagot? The answer is letter B. Kasi, ang tinatanong, di ba, what should be done first when planning for a performance-based? Ang unang gagawin natin, mga ka-warriors, is to set the competency to be assessed. Okay, letter A, is it wrong? Because determine the table of specification task. This comes after work. What to assess naman? C and D, mali din po yan. Set the criteria and scoring the task. Prepare a scoring rubric ang tinatanong first. Diba? So, C and D, it is the criteria and rubrics no, are developed after defining the competency and task. So, ang kailangan po natin si letter B. Si letter B, it is the first step to clearly define the learning targets, competency, or the objective. So, you cannot design a task if you don't know what skills to measure. Kaya tamang sagot po is letter B. Maliwanag po? So, this is the last question, teachers. Ano nga pang sagot? Letter B. Ayan mga ka-warriors, thank you for watching. Ayan, maraming salamat po sa pagtangkilik sa Maestra Bacolana TLE Tambayan. Alright, so teachers, kindly follow, like, and share naman po ang ating Facebook page, no? Paki-follow naman po ng ating Facebook page. Okay po, so maraming salamat sa mga nanonood sa ating ayan, maraming salamat sa ating discussion ngayon. So tomorrow, we already have a live discussion here in our Facebook page. General education naman po. And then followed by TLE na po. Basta, lagi po tayong may pre-live discussion once na may time po si Ma'am Grace. Okay po? So that's all, teachers. Thank you for watching. Maraming salamat. Paki-share po ng ating live discussion. Okay? Sharing is caring. If you want to enroll in our online platforms, comment na lang po or PM na lang po kayo sa akin. Thank you and God bless. Bye!